We do have conference championship games coming up this weekend, but right now the field is set for the 12-team playoff bracket. The Tide not playing this weekend, but still rolling in the projected college football playoff bracket. Could that change, though, if SMU loses to Clemson in the ACC Championship? We will see. So the 5 highest-ranked conference champions are going to receive automatic bids this postseason. We don't play the games yet, and we don't even know the final bracket yet. But already we feel like we might know because we learned Miami can't really find their way into this whole mess.
Yeah.
Do you like how it is right now?
No, I hate the automatic bids when it comes to the college football playoff. And the way they've got it set up, the top five ranked conference champions get automatic bids into the playoffs, and the conference champions get the benefit of being able to have the first round bye. I'm just looking at what happens on conference championship weekend. If SMU loses to Clemson, then all hell will break loose, because you're talking about a 3-loss Clemson team from an inferior conference in the ACC having a chance to be in, as opposed to a team with a better resume like Ole Miss or a team with a better resume like a Miami. So it's frustrating to me that we have this scenario play out, because we do have a committee that is dedicated to being able to evaluate the subjectivity around the resumes of these playoff contenders and contextualize them to come up with the 12 best teams to be in the college football playoff trying to win a natty. I don't understand why we have to have the automatic bids as a part of the process, and especially when you look at other teams like the Big 12 champion, whether it's Iowa State or Arizona State. Those teams are ranked 15th and 16th respectively in the playoff. They have no business being in the field of 12, but the reason why we have the current system that's in place is because of money. All of the Power 4 conferences want to make sure that they're guaranteed a seat at the table when the playoff kicks off. And it just so happens this year, based on what we've seen from these teams, the Big 12 is going to be the primary beneficiary of that.
Dude, I got like 5 problems with what you just said, okay?
Go for it.
First of all, the ACC is an inferior conference comment, okay? We got to stop saying that and making it sound like, listen, the SEC is the best conference in college football. No one debates that. And then the Big Ten.
Yes.
But we say it in a way that makes it sound like it's Division III football, okay? It's not. The ACC is still a very good conference. No, it's not the SEC. And maybe if they're not the SEC, that it doesn't mean that it's still not a very good football conference, okay? So we got to stop saying that. The second thing is this. To sit there and say, well, the Big 12, there's no business that they should have, a say to get into the top 12. Well, then, Chris, if you're not in the SEC or the Big 10, you don't get to play? You don't get to play, have a chance to win a national title? There's got to be something for the conferences.
No, I'm not saying that they don't have a right to be in it. No, I'm not. That's not what I said. I said, why can't we leave it to the committee to evaluate the resumes?
Because then we're going back to 1970.
No, we're not.
Yes, everything's only subjective.
No.
Then everything's only subjective.
No, we're not doing that, Dan. What we're saying is we trust the committee. We trust all of these athletic directors.
You trust them?
When they get into a room, yeah, because all the conferences are represented.
Who's the better team, Ole Miss or Alabama?
What do you mean, who's the better team?
Who's the better team?
Why are we?
Because then it's subjective.
I would say Alabama's the better team.
But that's subjective. Yeah, I can say Ole Miss.
I understand that.
But that's my point.
What you can't say is Clemson. What you can't say is Iowa State. What you can't say is Arizona State.
You don't think that Clemson has a better resume than Miami?
No, I didn't say. I didn't bring up Miami, Dan. I brought up Ole Miss. I brought up South Carolina, and I brought up SMU. So those teams are going to be out.
Is your biggest complaint that the conference champions get a auto bid, or they get the bye?
No, it's the auto bid. It's the auto bid.
I don't have a problem at all.
I don't have a problem with the bye. I have a problem with the auto bid.
So see, like I have a problem with the bye. That's saying, well, the 5 conference because if we're going to make the comment that not all conferences are equal,
yes,
right? That's a fair thing.
And not all non-conference schedules are equal too.
But then the reward for winning the conference should not be an equal type of reward. The conference champion in the SEC should not, or the conference champion in a Mountain West should not get the same benefit as the conference champion in the SEC.
Yeah, but here's the issue that you're running into now. The conference champion in the Mountain West, Boise State, You're talking about them losing in a 3-point game against Oregon, which is the top-ranked team in the country.
Correct.
On the road. So,
Correct.
I mean, they belong based on what we've seen from them on the field.
But you think that
the committee will put them in regardless of what
they're going to get a bye.
If the committee is saying they weight quality losses as well as quality wins, why can't we then entrust the committee to look at the entirety of the resumes of all of these teams, regardless of conferences, and come up with the best 12 that belong in?
Can I ask a question? Do you like it in basketball? In basketball, we have automatic bids based on conference championships as well.
Yeah,
The championships have
we have a field of 68 in basketball. We're talking about 12.
I mean, we've grown from 4 to 12.
The championship has to matter. I have no problem with the conference champions getting auto bid. I don't like the fact that the highest ranked conference champions get the bye, because then we're treating all equal and they're not.
I can't understand it. I can't square it when it comes to a team like Clemson that could get in, and you're talking about them losing to South Carolina, who's going to be out. How much